Every day here with a hard mode tank guide for the Sword Squadron fight in Temple of Sacrifice. This video is taken from the point of view of Salim, a power tech tank primarily holding Unit 2, although because of the tank swap mechanic, you'll see attacks from both bosses in this video. The main differences between Walker 1 and Walker 2 are the primary attacks that they use. Walker 2's primary attack is a missile attack you're about to see here. It's this large purple circle that Salim strafes to avoid the damage from. It rapidly deals damage to anyone standing inside it, and it's important to move out as quickly as possible. Walker 1's main attack is called Rapid Fire. It drops a line of small blue circles behind the tank that it's cast on. This mechanic is also avoided by moving away from it, but it does leave a line of blue circles behind the tank, so it's important to walk it in a way that doesn't go over DPS or healers. You're about to see the first tank swap in the fight. Walker 2 has focused Walker 1's tank, and Salim has tabbed over and taunted Walker 1. Walker 2 will stay on the left tank for 20 seconds, at which point it will swap back to the tank on the right side, and the left tank will have to taunt Walker 1 back. While this is going on, one extra attack from Walker 1 becomes important, and that's Mega Blast. Mega Blast is an attack that will hit anyone standing between Walker 1 and the tank that it's cast on. Later in the fight you'll see Salim move away from Walker 2 before he swaps. And the main reason for this is so if Mega Blast gets cast, it doesn't hit DPS or healers standing in the middle of the room. It's important to be aware of this because healing on the raid can get pretty hectic for healers, and avoiding those extra cleaves helps give them the chance to catch up on damage that might otherwise be overwhelming. So here you see Salim move out before he taunts, just in case that Mega Blast does go off. You'll see both tanks in this video moving around a lot. Strafing is a great way to get out of these attacks, because if you're moving before they even get cast, you'll get out of them even faster, and you can, especially on the purple circle side, avoid all damage from the attacks, and that's another great way to help keep your healers caught up. Here you see the large rolling mines, these orange circles. Normally these will attach to a healer or DPS, it'll roll to them and just blow up on top of them and do some damage. Tanks can explode them instead and take the damage by just walking over them. Here you see the rapid fire mechanic on Salim. Besides pausing for a minute there to rocket punch, he's just running straight away. And while he's running, he's not taking any damage from the circles he's dropped. When he has to do a little turn at the end there, he makes sure it's wide enough that he doesn't hit any of the circles he's already laid, and he takes almost no damage from the mechanic. At this point the DPS have finished attacking Walker 1 and they're on Walker 2. Unfortunately, the tank on Walker 1, when Walker 1 reshields at this point, because the shield won't be getting blown up, can't keep any of their mitigation up by attacking Walker 1. If you're on that side, at this point you can attack the laser target droids, the small droids that spawn underneath Walker 1. Since these don't have a shield on them, you can keep up your mitigation. Attacks like cascading debris or depredating bolts for assassins that don't build stacks on Walker 1 will still build stacks on the laser target droid. DPS don't kill that droid and instead leave it for the tank to do just that. From here on, this fight is just repeating all the mechanics that have already been explained. It's important to know what portions of this fight give your healers problems, and to plan your defensive cooldowns around that, or to cover up for mistakes where you're too slow getting out of the circles. Here you see Salim running out again to swap, and here he's going to get a Mega Blast that, if he were standing on Walker 2, would have hit Jeepers, the power tech DPS. By moving out, he avoided all of that damage. The important thing to pay attention to while you're doing that, though, is what your health is and how far away from your healers you are. It can be easy to strafe too far away from your healers, trying to be too greedy about avoiding damage. It's important to make sure you stay close enough to them that they don't have to chase you around, because time spent chasing you is still time spent not healing up the rest of the group. At this point the walkers are almost dead, and the DPS are getting ready to blow up the shield on Walker 1 and kill both of them at the same time. It's good to have a defensive cooldown available at this point, as the soften rage, when one of the walkers is killed but before the other one is pretty punishing, and you're about to see that right here. As one dies, the other one does a lot of damage, and if you can have a defensive cooldown up, you can survive a couple seconds longer than you could without, and potentially finish off the walker that's not yet dead. I hope this guide helped illustrate some of the things mentioned in the tank specific section of this guide, and good luck clearing this in your red group.